Boom, we got new sleeping bags to test out this winter. So as you see in the past, I've tested sleeping bags and I've gone and put them out in real world conditions with industry standard thermometers, and I've tested out to see exactly how good they are with some parameters that I use for each and every test. I'll put a link down below to the video where I explain how I test sleeping bags. But I got some new entries this year. Some are from last year that I didn't get to test because temperatures by the time I got these sleeping bags weren't exactly super cold, especially the 0-degree bags. It started to warm up a little bit early last year, so I didn't get to test those out. So I'm going to test them out this year. Let's talk about the bags. All right, so first up, the Zenbivy. This is actually more like a quilt. Looks like it uses hyper dry, and as you can see here, this is a 10-degree. Supposed to be great to test out around 15 or 20. As you can see here, it's more like a quilt. And then this has a sleep system where you can attach this to the bottom, because honestly the bottom doesn't really give you any insulation because you compress it. So it has a bottom system, so it's like a complete system if it gets a little colder. So we're going to test that out. Next up is from Outdoor Vitals. This is their Summit Series 0-degree bag. It is a front zip, as you can see here. I will say this is definitely on the shorter end. When I got in this one just to kind of test out how it felt and everything, I did feel as though it was a little bit, like I said, on the shorter end. But as you can see, front zip. Not sure how I feel about front zips, but the tests never lie. So we'll give this one a test out. Again, like I said last year, it just got a little bit cold. It got a little bit warm. So we'll get this one tested out, and like I said, I got this one a little bit late last year. It didn't get exactly super cold to test it. I like to test things about 10 degrees above, 5 degrees above their rating, or at their rating. But as you know, if you watch my videos in the past, I'll put links down below to a bunch of them in relation to sleeping bags. If it says 0 degrees, it's probably not that great at 0, and that goes for every sleeping bag. So if you're not sure, take a look at those videos to find out what the best temperature is for your sleep system rating. Next up, another one from last year. I didn't get to really push to the limits with this Valandre. This is a Shocking Blue. This is a -4 degree, and this is going to be just like the Bloody Mary, with the exception of there's just more down in it. So I love the Bloody Mary for what it is, a great 10-degree, 15-degree bag. So I think this is going to be a great 0-degree-ish bag once we get out there and get it tested. What I'm really excited about is this here, Stone Glacier. This is the Chilkoot 0. I tested the Chilkoot 20 last year. Really liked that one. Super comfortable. It was one of the better performers when it came to the test. So this Chilkoot 0, again, didn't get as cold as I needed to get to test all these out, because once you have like a certain range of temperature, you got to go out and test these. It takes me an hour and 20 minutes per sleeping bag to give these a test. So you start adding those hours up, and if I go out at like 2 a.m., you know, by 5 a.m. I only got about 3 tests done, you know, and then by 7 a.m. the temperature is a little warmer. So those are usually the best hours to get really cold temperatures here in PA, you know, like 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. So I can only test so many sleeping bags in so many conditions. So just didn't get to get this 0-degree bag out there and tested, but we will this year. So that's all the ones in the past that I have to test, if memory serves me right. I did get 2 new ones in this week that were viewer recommended. So the first one is right here. This is the Nemo. So there goes my Atari controller. New ones for this year are the Nemo Sonic 0. This is a great bag. It actually has what they call a waterproof bottom part here. You can see a different color. Got in this one and I got really warm really quick, so I think, you know, it's going to perform really well. I do like how it's not easy to get caught. Usually you do that with a zipper and it's going to get caught. So this one's really comfortable, and it has some cool vents on the front here. So if you get too hot, you can open this up and vent it out. So that's really cool. So this will be really cool to test out. So next up is, don't know if I can show you this or not. I just got this Feathered Friends. This is their Ibis. They are redesigning their 0-degree and like really cold weather bags, and they sent me one to put into the testing and see how it performs. So once we get some nice cold temperatures, I can give this a test. But as far as being comfortable, I really kind of liked the way this whole system right here worked. It's super simple as far as the collar and the hood. I thought that was pretty comfortable when I just like threw it on. So this is redesigned, and they're going to be coming out here in the next few months. I think late fall is when we're going to be offering them to be purchased. So we're going to get this in and get it tested. So as you saw last year with the most expensive bag we had to test, which was the Mountain Hardwear Phantom Zero, which is a $650+ bag, it did the worst in the test. So their cheaper line did better. You know, even a 5-degree bag like this one right here did better than the 0-degree $650+ Mountain Hardwear. So those are the kind of things you see when you go out and actually go into the environment, test things out, use industry standard thermometers and such to get readings, do the exact same thing. I have a research scientist background, assistant research scientist background, so I know how to set up testing to be you know, the same across the board with certain protocols in place. And really excited to get these in to see how they operate and what the temperature is, and get the graphs on the temperature, how fast they warm up. Do they you know, start to tail off towards the end, which that really expensive Mountain Hardwear one did last year. You know, and then on top of that, you're going to see some videos here shortly in relation to what's the most comfortable bag in my opinion. I can do that without having to test anything out. I can get in the bag, feel it out, you know, what bags have the best features, and also how to pick a bag. Not always is it the most expensive, not always is it the best budget, sometimes in the middle, and sometimes based on what you want. So like this Mountain Parsec has a phone pocket, you know, in it, and some people want that, some people don't want that. So showing you how to pick a sleeping bag, I'm going to do that as well. So some more videos on sleeping bags coming up. If you guys are interested in these, I say stay tuned, and I'll show you the best 0-degree bags and the best 10 to 20-degree bags once we get some of these tested, and I can make those conclusions. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know. If you're interested in these bags or other bags, go ahead and put in the comments which one you're interested in, or which one you'd like to see. Maybe I can get a hold of it or not. And until next time, later.